Jakarta is in the top 5 of the ICAR's major cities air pollution ranking for almost a week since August 7 to the 15th. It has since remained on the list. The rate of air pollution in the city has also remained at the unhealthy level of PM 2.5 pollutants, which is a category for fine breathable matter that can penetrate airways and cause respiratory problems. Social media have also been abuzz in recent days as users ask one another about long-term health risks caused by air pollution on children.
Welcome back to the C Morning Show, everyone. We're now at the halfway point of our program, leading us to our first discussion of the morning. And Doc brought it up earlier that something that has been grabbing the attention of all of us Jakarta residents is air pollution. And many of you already know that air pollution can be very harmful for all of us.
Very true. Now, not only that, air pollution can also cause facial disasters. So therefore, we will discuss the side effects that air pollution have on us with venerologist and also DC Beauty Clinic co-founder Kardiana Dewi. Dr. Kardiana Dewi, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome back.
Hi.
Good to have you here.
Thank you for having me again.
All right, so before we get into the real question, how does frequent exposure to air pollution affect our beautiful skin? Because as Shafira, one of our co-hosts, said that one of her friends actually had a breakout instantly because of the air pollution.
Okay, first, let me explain first.
Yes.
Skin is the largest organ of our body.
Right.
So that's the outermost layer.
Considered an
as
organ,
well.
yeah?
Yes. Outermost layer, and there's the very first protections for our body. So skin is part of our immune system. So it is important, not
Good
just
point.
skin.
Okay.
So whenever we get into the pollutions, how the pollutions can get into our body. So actually it goes by two ways. First, we call it transepidermal. So by just touching our skin, it can absorb, especially because the particles is small and it's also dangerous as well.
Right.
And then second thing, of course, it can go through here. So if this is our skin, this is our skin. So if we see that
cross-section,
like
yeah.
this, yes. So this is the cross sections of our skin. So this one, we can see all over our body we have the hair follicles,
Correct.
unless the palm and soles.
Right.
So all of the pollutions can go through here without doing nothing by transepidermal, and then through the every follicle.
Okay.
It can goes inside and absorb
Ah,
by
it
our
penetrates.
body. Yes,
Right,
of
okay.
course, of course. So that's why it is very important to give some protection to our skin. So what will happen if we get into the pollutions,
Right.
especially the very bad one?
Right.
Of course, we have the short effect and the long-term effect. The short-term one, it can get like irritations,
Okay. On the
inflammation.
surface, right?
Yes, on the surface. And then after that, you can get more rashes, more itchy sometimes.
Okay.
Yes. And then, of course, then for the short term, maybe we don't really realize, but after a long term, the skin aging, the skin cancer, and all the problems become dehydrated, dry, dull skin, it might happen to our
Right.
skin.
Okay.
So to break it down a little bit further, air pollution is carrying particles, correct?
Yes.
Filled with dust and dirt and all those sorts of things, particles from smoke. So these particles, are they causing problems because they're creating blockages, or are they actually creating some sort of are they seeping through your skin? And
Both can happen.
Right.
Okay.
So we know that everything can clog our pores,
Right.
since dust, but this is the pollutions even more
Worse.
smaller and even worse. So it not only just make the irritations, but all the particles can go into the pores and clog the pores, and
Okay.
of course more inflammations.
Right.
And after that we can see the problems.
Okay.
And especially
Breaking out, right? Like
Yes.
maybe one of them.
Yeah. So if we see the problems that occur, such as itchiness, irritations, stuff
Yes.
like that, how long for the pollution, the particles of the pollution to penetrate and then gives these side effects to our skin?
Of course, if we talk about how long, we don't have the certain amount of time. It depends
Right.
on a lot of things. Your daily activity, your habits, and then your maybe if you do more outdoor activity, and then also your daily habit using all the skincare regimen,
Right.
and then the healthy lifestyle as well.
Right.
And then how many times do you go outside and go exposed to the like all the pollution and
Right.
the UV ray and everything. So
Okay.
it depends, of
Okay,
course.
so let's take this a step further. Now, a lot of people are not just experiencing breakouts. That would be just one of the problems. But I believe we have some examples because
Yeah.
this can create skin diseases.
Yes.
So we're going to put up some pictures there. Perhaps, Doc, you could explain what are some of these diseases that can happen and why, what's actually happening to some of these cases here.
Right. So here's the first one.
Yes.
Dull skin.
Dull skin.
Yes,
Okay.
of course. So first, of course, we already mentioned before that the pollutions make like all the clog in the pores
I
and
can
make
see
your
it's-
skin
there's so much bigger,
dry.
yeah, the
Yes, and of course it's gonna become dry and dehydrated, so it look dull,
Right.
Okay.
not look like normal.
Right.
So this is the dull skin.
Okay.
And then of course there are another problems. Yeah, mostly acne gonna break out during the pollution.
Ah.
And this would come after dull skin, like if you start noticing your skin getting dull.
If the patient doesn't have, if you don't have any complaints, if you
Right.
never get acne before, maybe you just got the dull skin
Okay.
Right.
without you even realizing.
Right.
Right. So
But for
rashes.
the patient with the, especially the patients with have problems like eczema, it's
Okay.
gonna flare up even more.
I've seen this, yes.
Yes.
All right.
A lot of dermatitis in the face, like mostly we call it seborrheic dermatitis. Like it's easily flare up during this season. Like especially if they go outdoor and then
Right.
using masks,
Right.
of course it increase all of these problems.
Is eczema, by the way, what does it feel like? Is it painful? Is it itchy?
Sometimes it might be like that. The lowest symptoms is just like redness.
Okay.
Right.
And then it start like sometimes a bit itchy, sometimes look dry, and sometimes like stinging if it's
Right.
already
Yeah,
more
yeah.
prominent.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. And then of course like we have another different type of acne. If you ever heard rosacea,
No, I'm not.
it's like a different type of acne. Like it's more redness on the face.
Okay.
When the people like even when they laugh, it become red of the whole face, and even they go to the sun, become very red. Even they eat like spicy food, become very red.
Oh, I've seen. Okay, yes, that
mostly they got rosacea. It's like another type of acne as well.
Rosacea.
Yes,
Like
yes,
the name.
yeah. Good, beautiful
It's a pretty name.
right?
Oh,
Yeah.
for an acne.
Yeah. So the eczema, acne, rosacea, and then there's sometimes the autoimmune disease like psoriasis is gonna be worse during
Okay.
this. Like,
Okay. Now, as we are talking about air pollution, Doc, again, we can't really avoid it, right? But we're trying our best
Yes.
to do so. So, it's not just happening to adults having breakouts, but how about just kids, little kids? Because I have an 11-year-old, he's got
8, 3, and 1.
3 and 1.
A lot.
Little
So
one.
how can we actually protect their delicate skin?
so actually, like again, skin is our first barrier, and then our immune system,
Right.
the outermost. So first, maintain healthy lifestyle with a healthy diet, a lot of water, like 1.5 or 2 liters per day,
Okay.
and then of course the antioxidant will do good.
Such as?
Like vitamin C, vitamin
Okay.
E, vitamin B3,
From food?
omega-3. Yeah,
Or
you can get it from
supplements?
fruit and vegetables. But sometimes we cannot really get it from the food because you already processed the food and you don't have
Right.
the vitamins right?
Got it, okay.
So maybe you can give it like the supplement. It's up to you. But then after that, of course, we're gonna have like a skincare regimen as well. So using the moisturizer, so you cleanse do cleansing the skin twice a day, and then you can use the moisturizer, and then of course before you go you can use the sunscreen or sunblock.
Okay, sunscreen or sunblock.
So
Okay.
sunscreen does not have just protection against rays,
Yes.
but it can create a shield against air
Of
pollution.
course, of
Is that
course.
right? Okay, because
Yeah.
I've heard two sides of this
Right?
argument.
Yeah.
Some people are saying, no, it's just sunscreen. It's only going to protect you from the sun.
Yeah, of course. Whenever you put something, so the main principle, if you want to protect your skin from pollutions, first
Yes.
you have to cleansing your face
Alright.
twice a day,
Okay.
and then use a good one.
Okay.
So for example, if you use makeup, you have to use double cleansing, right? So the cleanser, first you use if for women, they can use the makeup cleanser.
Okay.
And then for men, you can use the micellar water
Okay.
in order to take all the dust and everything. Then after you use the cleanser, the normal cleanser one with the soap.
Okay.
Right.
All right? And then after that, you can go with toner, but no toner is okay.
Okay.
After cleansing, then moisturize. Before you go, you put sunscreen. That's it.
Okay.
It's very simple.
Okay.
Got it.
So you can do it anywhere, also with the kids as well.
Okay.
But then after you use it, you make sure that you use the proper amount and you put it like daily in order to protect them.
Right.
So either moisturizer or either sunscreen. Sunscreen using cream.
Right.
So the texture of the cream also can protect you.
Okay.
Add more barrier.
That.
Right.
An extra level
Okay.
of protection.
So I'm going to
Yes.
stop you right there because you're talking about sunscreen. Now let's
Yes.
talk about more about sunscreen, the SPF, because
Yes.
some people, some dermatologists will say 35 would be fine for the
Yeah.
face. Some dermatologists would say, oh no, 50 is better. So what's your thought?
Okay, as I already mentioned before, and I always explain that for the UV rays, there are A, B, C.
Right.
A is the shorters, and then B, like A, B, C, the C one, we cannot get it, but A, go deeper, B, go more shallow.
Okay.
So the UVA, I always said A, make aging, because it, like this one,
Oh, it
effect here.
protects the inside.
Yes, the second layer, the dermal, for the collagen, elastin, and everything. So you cannot see the effect immediately, but then the UVB, it's on top of it.
Right.
So you can see it immediately, burning, redness. Whenever you go out to the sun, you go to the beach, sunshine, direct
Right.
sunshine, and you get very red, that's UVB,
Right.
burning, all right?
Okay.
So the thing that we can measure is the UVB.
Correct, because we can see it.
Yes, we can see. So that's the SPF 4 for the UVB, all right?
Yes.
So the UVA, we call it PA, PA++. You know right now, PA+++.
I've seen that, yeah.
And they even like sometimes now there are the hybrid sunscreen. There are a lot of sunscreen
Okay.
nowadays. So if we see that the SPF is only protect upper layer, so we also have to use the PA++ for the deeper layer, all right? And then the SPF, it depends on your activity. Either if you don't really go outside to the sun, to the direct sunlight, you don't go outdoor, you're inside the like office and everything, you just like go with the SPF 30 should be okay.
Right.
But then if you go outside to the sun, you go SPF minimum 50. But actually we can count the SPF by different from one people to another.
Right.
Heard that, depending on how sensitive your skin
Yes.
Okay.
So how long does it take for your skin to get red when you go out to the sun? Actually, you
Right.
have to test it first.
Oh, okay.
But the very important thing is when you use this SPF, you have to make sure that you use proper amount. For example, for the face only, you have to use these 2 stripes of sunscreen. 1 and 2, like the toothpaste. So it's quite thick actually.
Right, it's a lot.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And then make sometimes white cast for the
Yes.
sunblock, of course.
Yes.
Of course, they
Okay.
have to deal with that if you want to
Okay.
get protections. And of course, if you go outdoor and you get sweats, or you get just like go to the direct sunlight, of course you have to reapply.
Reapply.
After
How often?
2 hours.
I've heard this.
After 2 hours.
2 hours.
Yes, but
Ooh, I'm
again,
not doing it enough. Okay.
but again, I always said like this. I guess let's make it like more flexible.
Yes.
Right.
If you're a woman, you go to the office, you already use makeup, you just don't put it on top of it, or else the makeup already there and you put another sunblock, of course it's gonna clog the pores.
Right.
And even make it worse and you can get acne after that.
Right.
So it's not a wise way to do it.
Right.
So if you just like go like indoor activity, maybe you don't have to reapply that often.
Okay.
Or maybe if you want to reapply, sometimes some of them using the lighter one. But always remember that the lighter texture, the spray one, of course, the protections is not as much
Thinner.
as the one
Ooh, I've got to
Right.
spray one in my bag because it's
I
just
think
convenient,
you-
right? I don't want to touch it with my
Yeah.
face with my hand sometimes.
I
that
know.
just make you like more, like, okay, I already use it.
Yeah, I know.
But actually,
Peace of mind.
It's self-calming, right?
Yeah,
Now,
more calming.
Doc,
but-
more about the SPF, okay? For especially for women, we tend to be very, we apply lots of products, right,
Yes.
to our skin. No, it's not just about the moisturizer,
Yes.
but when we apply the moisturizer and then we apply the sunscreen,
Yes.
and then we apply the BB cream that has sunscreen, right?
Yes.
So it's like double or triple sunscreen.
Yes.
So we've got like the 30 SPF 30, and then for the BB cream there is SPF 40. So that means we've applied, 70 SPFs already to our
No,
skin.
I heard that doesn't count either. Yeah, you can't just add it up.
You cannot just accumulate. No, there
That's
is
not
not such thing like that. No,
Right.
No. Yes, so let me tell you one thing. If you want to put sunscreen or sunblock, put it on the last layer,
Very last.
very last.
Okay.
And then when you put it, make sure you put it even and no rubbing after that.
No rubbing.
So you already put your sunscreen.
Right.
And then after you put the CC cream or BB cream.
Oh, right.
this
You're
is like,
moving it again.
Yes.
Okay. There you
Okay.
Go.
Like
Makes
you
sense.
imagine we have a sandwich and you put a layer on it, and then you just like mix it and another jam, and then it won't cover.
Got it.
And then, of course, remember the one that I told before. The SPF works well when you put a proper amount.
Okay.
It's not going to do anything if you're cheap about it and you just put
You
a little-
already have to put those 2 fingers and it already watches. You
Okay.
serious? You want to put another like,
Yeah.
and then make it like even on your face?
Yeah.
Right?
Not a
So
good one.
Point.
mostly, if you go like a few steps, all of them are none. You put very thin and then another thin.
Yeah.
There is no protection,
Yeah.
no maximum protection.
Okay.
So no wonder if you don't get the whole protection, but at least we have a peace of mind that we already used the
Yeah,
sunscreen.
I applied something on my
Yes.
Yeah, but
Right.
then you're actually tricking yourself. So
Yeah.
I would like to ask you 2 different questions. I want to go back a little bit in regards to, and this is somewhat related.
Yeah.
With children, I mean, I do know that I only started getting like acne or pimples in my teenage years onwards.
Yes.
But with small children, you know, they don't get things like acne. What are some of the risks that can happen with children in regards to, especially to air pollution these days? Because that's the biggest thing that we're concerned about.
For the children, I guess it's like more like for the inhalations.
Oh, inhalation,
Yes,
okay.
inhalations, like something.
Less
they
about
got-
the facial
yes.
skin.
They got like more like a covering and everything. But of
Okay.
course, it's also important for them because we cannot see the effect yet.
Right,
Yes,
okay,
you cannot
because there's
see
no
the
symptoms that show up.
Yes.
Now, the follow-up question is that you, as a skin doctor, with this latest air pollution lately, what is the biggest increase of the cases for skin disease or skin problems that you've
Of course,
had to-
the patients that already have skin problems, it flare-ups. Acne is number one.
Acne is number
Flare-up.
one.
Of course, of course. It's like flare-up, like even more breakouts, more big acne. Doc, it suddenly pop out just like that. And then second thing, the patients that already have eczema.
Right.
The eczema on the face.
Right.
All of a sudden, it's just like more redness, more dry, more scaly, more patchy that we can see. But the patients with normal skin, if you have normal skin, that you're quite lucky, but you don't really see the, maybe it's just like a dull skin at first.
Yes.
Don't really notice yet.
Yeah.
Especially if you have dry skin, it just become drier, no pimples and everything. But then the long term, the thing that we cannot see, after the dry and dehydrated, like it also, of course, chronic inflammations can make like the skin cancer, the one that we scared.
Right.
Ouch.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And aging, obviously, right? Would
aging.
come along.
Premature
Of course.
aging. after-
Now, Doc, you know, regarding to air pollution, that means damaged skin, that means rejuvenating skin.
Yes.
Now, one of the, you know, steps to rejuvenate the skin itself is by doing peeling or facial, right? Now, is that true or not? And what are the side effects of doing peeling or facial on our skin regarding to the air pollution that we have now?
Okay, first we go to facials. Like a lot of ladies, like they want to do facials. So actually that is not really important steps. But nowadays, if you go outdoors a lot, working every single day, and you don't have time to clean your skin, maybe facial is one of
It
the
does
way that
help.
you can do. Yeah.
Okay. I had a guy friend that told
Why?
me that actually,
Now
surprisingly.
you heard
Yes,
from the expert.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Why? Because whenever you do your normal activity, you do it fast and then you don't really care about all
Right.
of the thing.
Yeah.
But when they do facial, like they do the cleansing stuff more, even more detailed, and then they cleanse again using sometimes the machine with the ultrasound and everything. So it like make the pores even cleaner. And then you use like another serum and everything, and they use like more deep cleansing
Right.
and then more toning and moisturizing. Of course, it's gonna make benefit.
Right.
Okay.
And then for the exfoliations, so actually, exfoliations, if you talk about exfoliation, there are 2 types of exfoliations, the one the physical and chemical. The physical exfoliations, like the one that we said exfoliate. So we
Yes.
want to make exfoliation, but actually that is not really true. It doesn't have to be like really exfoliate, because if it's really exfoliate, then it will do harm and bad things for your skin.
Okay.
So if you do the exfoliations, the physical and chemical, we have 2. The physical one, the one that you already know, you use like the scrub at home. That's the physical exfoliations. If you want to use it, that's okay, but not every single day.
Okay.
Just make it like once a week, already enough.
Okay.
Not like every day you scrub your face, it's gonna make it too dry, no.
All right.
So
But-
scrubs aren't really, daily scrubs shouldn't be
daily.
recommended.
No
Okay.
need to be doing it daily. And then the second thing is the chemical. The chemical one is the one that you normally do it at the clinic, but sometimes nowadays patients have a lot of the small skincare, the serum. They just use it after 15 minutes and they wash it. That's the chemical one. You put like chemical
Yeah.
on the face, and then after that we can see the progress normally faster and better. but it's like time control. Just put it like 5 minutes, then have to wipe it off. 10 minutes and wipe it off. The purpose of the exfoliations is like to throw away all of the dead skin cells. That helps to make your skin look healthier. Okay, but in this cases, like if you want to use it, like for the pollutions, I guess the cleansing step is important, but don't forget to moisturize and another protection for the sunscreen.
So basically what you're saying is our daily practice isn't really much different than what would normally be recommended anyway. But we need to be more diligent into doing
yes,
it, right?
but the very important thing is, remember, not everyone is diligent in doing the skincare routine.
I gotta tell you, I try, but
Yes.
I'm a little stingy with my sunscreen because it's expensive. Never knew I was supposed to put two fingers on there.
You need to
I know.
full amount, Paul.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
now,
yeah.
Doc, tell us about the steps, the daily steps, the most important things that we need to do to protect our skin when we want to go out or we have outdoor activities.
Yes.
Yes. All right. First, it is very simple. No need to be like, I don't want to do skincare. It's too complicated. But it is very simple.
Right.
Just clean your face using a soft soap without too much soap and detergent,
Facial wash.
like SLS or everything. It's just like normal facial wash. The soft and gentle one. And after you wash it, you can use toner in order to make the pH balance. But again, no toner is also okay.
I use toner, by the way.
I don't use
My wife told me to use it. I've been using it,
Yeah. But if you use toner, okay, no toner is okay.
Okay.
But then after that, moisturize.
Moisturizer, got it.
Choose the moisturizer that according to your skin type.
Right.
If your skin type is very oily, you use the lighter one,
Okay.
the lotions type.
Yes.
And then if your skin is very dry, you can use the texture that is more thick, like a cream.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, that's it. Clean your face, use the toner, a moisturizer, or not have to be both. If both is okay, and then the sunscreen.
Okay.
At night, it's also the same thing.
Oh.
Just cleanse your skin, toner and moisturizer, or maybe if you want to add more, you can just like put some like active ingredients in one of the cream. You can use different cream for night.
Like a night cream.
Yes, they call it night cream. Why? Because mostly the cream that you use at night, the purpose is to like rejuvenate your skin and make all the dust and the dead skin cells gone.
Okay.
So normally, most of the skincare that you use at night make your skin more sensitive to the sun in the morning. So that's why we call it night cream. But not all night cream have the same thing.
Okay.
It depends on the ingredients. If you guys know about retinol,
Yes.
nowadays is very favorite,
Yes.
right? Retinols, retinoic acid, that's the most favorite sunscreen at the moment.
Okay.
That's the side effect is it make your skin like a bit more sensitive if you go to sunshine, easily redness.
It's ironic, isn't it, if you think about it?
Yeah.
Side effect for everything.
So that's why you use it at night because in the
See.
morning it increase your possibility to get the blemishes and everything.
But then you're doing that routine in the morning before you go out, so then you should be fine, right?
Yes, but of course, if you already use this night cream, the morning, only the moisturizer,
Yes.
and then use the sunscreen after.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, last question here. As a skincare specialist, do you recommend like avoiding going outside? Because we were having this discussion earlier. Like we used to tell our kids, hey, COVID's over, go outside as much as you want.
Yeah.
But now we're like telling kids not to go outside as much. What's your take on this?
I guess like first, of course, if you go outside, you can use mask.
Okay.
It's very important.
Yes.
Because it inhale and it go to your lung. It's very
course.
dangerous. But for your skin, you can use protection,
Okay,
such as
so
like
it's
you use moisturizer and then sunscreen. So I guess it's okay.
Okay.
You still can go outside
Yeah.
anyway.
Just make sure you follow those steps that Doc mentioned earlier, right?
Yes, simple
There
steps.
you go.
Okay, Doc, thank you so very
You're
much
very
for the
welcome.
Thank you.
information.
Yeah.
You know better now, Paul.
I know a little. I thought I knew it all, but I've learned something new. 2 fingers, toothpaste style, guys, of sunscreen. That's something for you to bring home. Thanks again for dropping by.
You're very
Always happy to
welcome.
have you. And we're now up for another short break, but a quick reminder before we do so to, if you haven't already, follow us on social media. You can find us at See Today News on Instagram, Twitter, or X, and YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this.